r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What killed or enhanced your sex life? Enhanced, talking about sex when we are not having sex. Killed, never talking about sex when we are not having sex. We were always pretty steady with some decline as we got a little older, but ever since my wife started reading these modern popular romance books, she's been a goddamn nuisance. When we were trying for a kid, the sex was sometimes twice a day. Couldn't keep her off me, and she initiated a lot. What killed our sex life? Our kid takes a lot of time and energy, and now she is back on birth control, which kills libido. Looking into getting a vasectomy this year, so she can get off birth control for her own health, and also for more bedroom time. SSRIs. Damn you for making my life better, but killing my mojo. Lack of communication in the relationship killed it. Having to ask the same question several times to get a basic answer lead to an argument. It's now got to the point I don't wanna speak to her when I get home, to avoid any conversation with no communication and avoid the fallout. I've been married now for almost 10 years. We've always had a decent sex life, but recently, it's gone mental. The wife has got into fantasy fiction, and it seems to have awoken her inner beast. Enhanced, modified my arbitrary physical attraction requirements in my 30s. Turns out everyone likes to screw, and it's the vibe that matters, not necessarily what someone looks like. Telling him and showing him what I like. It helps to be in a relationship, or just be with someone who's willing to be patient and learn what works for you and what doesn't. I've always been shy when it comes to sex, but actually being open about it really helped me come out of my shell. My ex-wife lost interest in me, so that put it in a shallow grave for a few years. However, it was ultimately the low testosterone and cancer that dug it into a deep grave. It's a strange existence. Marriage wiped about 90% of my sex life. Divorce finished it off. Stress plus mental issues willfully left untreated equals dead bedroom. Getting fit and losing weight. Libido is through the roof, and both my wife and I can go at it for hours. Also the added benefit of not dropping dead during sex. That's always awkward. Enhanced it. My ex riding the snot out of me and saying, I almost don't care if you come, I just don't want this to end. Killed it. I found out I wasn't the only one. Killed, constant rejection when I'd try to initiate. When she finally wanted it, I was so used to being rejected, I had a hard time getting aroused for it. She was mad she had to put some work in to get me in the mood. Ended the relationship. Enhanced it. Had a girl who was into dropping her pants and banging almost anywhere. The rush from worrying about being caught was fun as hell. Communication. Super enhancement. Also bud stuff. In my marriage, porn killed my sex life. My ex would look at porn and jerk off multiple times a day, so he never wanted to have sex with me, ever. The last 2-3 years we were married, we had sex maybe twice. What enhanced my sex life? My current partner. His sex drive matches mine, which I've never had before. We initiate 50-50, he hasn't said no to anything I've wanted to do, and vice versa. We talked openly about our kinks and fantasies, and have lived almost all of them out. No judgment, and we go into it with an open mind every time. Wildly different sex drives. I wouldn't even call mine particularly high, but his is low, so the gap seems leviathan. Sex isn't just a desire for me in the sense that it's an itch to scratch. It's my love language. It's freedom. For that moment, no matter how brief, there is no world. No worries, no anxieties, just us. I'm more open, more vulnerable, and unashamed when having sex with my partner than I ever am at any other time. Whereas for them, it feels like it's just a nice thing to do every now and then. At my brain's worst, it feels like they are only doing it out of obligation. Which, let me tell you, there's nothing that feels worse than believing someone is only doing something so intimate for you because they feel they have to, not because they actually want to. Makes you feel like a monster. Like worse than scum. They've assured me that's not the case, but brain does what brain do, so ultimately, their happiness means more to me than my own sexual fulfillment, so I just live with it. He gave me herpes down there from oral sex. Constant outbreaks getting in the way. Getting over the idea that it has to be spontaneous has been a big help. Sex later? That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening. Tell your friends about me.